Hey guys, this is Miss Cagle, and this is our video today for Unit 6, the Job Materials Unit. So, in this unit, we are going to be focusing on the three things you need to get a job: a resume, a fantastic cover letter, and a follow up letter that you send after you get an interview for the job that you hope to get. So, make sure that you are reading through all of the notes and things. In terms of what you need for this video, I'm going to talk through all of the important points you need for all of the um, different documents that you need for the assignments on but just by looking at the student sample and kind of walk you through those things. So make sure that you are watching this, doing the secret word. You've got one quick write that covers resumes, cover letters, and follow-up letters. You do have two major assignments for this one unit. You have a resume and cover letter assignment that you're going to do on one Word document. I'll show you how to do that in a minute. And then you will have a follow-up letter assignment all as well. And you can see the due dates here. So make sure that you're reading over the assignment guidelines and that you do the job materials quick write after this video is over. And then there are a ton of notes that you need to look at that gives you a bunch of examples, some videos to watch, and everything that you need to help you to be prepared. Two resumes that look crappy, that these are not what you want your resumes to look like, how to look good in a job application, how to have a good attitude. So these are all really helpful things to look at to help you to get ready to get that dream job. So I have provided for you a resume template. Please download and use this and not one of those fancy dancy ones that you can get as a template on Word document. One thing I have noticed about those that are in Microsoft Word or Canva or any of those things you can find online is that they have a lot of fluff but not a lot of filler. So they don't have spaces for all the things that you need. So what I'm going to do is pull that student sample up and kind of go through it with you and then show you kind of what you need. So if you notice the student sample is technically 4 pages long, but you don't need it. So the first thing you're going to provide on the student sample or on your sample is your cover letter. So a cover letter is your first impression that you are giving to the people who are creating this hopefully position for you that you are filling. So you're going to write this in letter format. If you cannot remember yet letter format, go back to unit 1 and look through the requirements for letters. You're going to put your address at the top, your name, address, phone number that you can be reached, and your email address. I do not recommend using your school email address for a cover letter because eventually you are not going to be a student of RCC anymore. You're going to graduate and you're going to be getting jobs outside of here. So because of that, I would create a personal email address. But as I probably mentioned in unit 1 in the email address video or email video, I'll reiterate it here. You want your email address to speak well of you. So I always recommend creating a Gmail that is your first initial, last name, and maybe some numbers. First initial, middle initial, last name, and then like the year you were born or something like that. It's generic, but it doesn't give you anything weird. Not like Dale Earnhardt Lover 47 at Gmail or I Heart Booty Shorts at gmail.com. You don't want those to be weird. And as a teacher, I've seen some weird parent email addresses because they don't think about that their child's teacher is going to see some of these and they are uncomfortable and strange. So, this is also good for just in the future when you have kids or when you need to send an email that maybe it's not professional, but maybe it's to a wedding venue or to your doctor's office. You want those emails to be at least somewhat not creepy. All right. So this is an email this is a cover letter for a student that is applying for a job at Thomasville Bus. So this, you need the date here, you need the Thomas Built Buses address or whatever address you are going to be utilizing for your job. The reply is what you are hoping to apply for. So team leader position, chassis department. And then this is the person who is over HR. You need a colon after that person's name. So, we have the ABCs, just like we've done before. Your A is your abstract. Why are you reaching out? How did you find out about the job? And why do you think you would be a good fit? Just a brief introduction of who you are. Notice that it's not very long. The body is the long. So this is where you're going to outline your strengths, why you are strong, why you would be good at the job. What is it about you that makes you a good fit for that position? And then your conclusion. Please contact me. I want to continue my career, or I want to pursue a career in this, and I feel that I can serve the company well. Sincerely, Joe Student. Enclosure resume must come after it. That way they know that your resume is next. So if you are doing this on a Word document, after you hit enclosure resume, you're going to hit Control Enter, and that's going to take you to page 2 of this document. So that is where at the top you are going to create your header. Now, let me pull up a blank Word document here. Hold on just a second. This is weird, I know, but if you're going to go and you're going to look at a header, so let's go to insert, header. Let's go here. There should be a way that you can work. Okay, over here, once you put the header in, you're going to click the box that says different first page. You do not want the header to be on your cover letter. So if you hit different first page, it won't have the header on your cover letter, and it'll look like what I just showed you. So let's head back here. All right, so the very first thing you need in the header is your name in bold, and then underneath it is your address, phone number, and email address. Then you're going to come out of the header, and if you use my template, this is already set up for you. But you're going to come out of the header, and in bold, you're going to put professional summary, and this is where you're going to give, and this is where we no longer use objectives anymore. I know on some of the fancy dancy templates that you get from Canva or Microsoft Office, they have objective here. We no longer use objectives. Your objective is obvious. You want to give a professional summary about yourself. This is a paragraph of why you are good at what you do and why you should get this job. So here is the one for this particular resume. This person is a dedicated employee of Thomas Built Bus for 17 years. They are an offline utility with years of experience working the line and chassis, fab, mechanical engineering technology graduate with an education in blueprint reading and writing, hydraulics, pneumatics, manufacturing materials, skilled in reading blueprints, troubleshooting equipment that is not running properly, and delegating tasks to other members of the team. So it tells who you are, how long you've been working, why you'd be great at it, what you're educated in, and what you're good at. So next is the skills. Now, I'm going to be very specific in this, okay? I want you guys to understand something because I have seen this already because I have used this before. So I've used this template for years, and I'm going to be honest, this is my husband's resume. So I know what's on it. If I see your skills are these, exactly in this order, just like this. Now, I'm not saying that you meet deadlines just like he meets deadlines, but if this has happened, you're going to 0 on it. So make sure that this is your resume, not just a checkbox in a completed assignment. If I see that you're cheating, I'll just give you a 0. So you're going to list you're going to list in bullets your skills, what you're good at. If you're computer savvy, tell what you can do. If you say you're mechanically inclined, tell what you can do. These are your skills. These are the things that you're going to bring to the table. Next is your education. You're going to list in order the schools you've gone to. So my husband started, you do not need to add high school, by the way, just college. My husband started at GTCC, and he went there through here. This is what his degree was in. This was his GPA by the time he transferred, and then he transferred. And then these are some of the classes he took that are important to his career. Then this is his most recent one, and this is where he ultimately graduated from, but he was still in the program when he created this resume. School, location, timing, degree, GPA, when he'll graduate, and the key coursework. Then work experience. You do not need to add every single solitary career you have ever had, only the ones that are important. So if working at Taco Bell when you were 16 years old doesn't have anything to do with being a mechanic, you can leave that off. But you want to add any work experience that benefits. Now, if all you've done is work at Taco Bell, then add it, obviously. But if you have had a bunch of careers, really, you can just add the most recent 3. Now, my husband added a bunch because he's had a bunch of different avenues at the same company because he's been at Thomas Bus since he was 18 years old. So you put the most recent work experience at the top. You put the furthest away work experience at the bottom. You put the title, where you worked and where that's located and when, and then a couple bullets about what you did at that job that makes you a benefit. So that is the resume. Now, your resume may not be this long. Yours may only be 1 page because you don't have a ton of your skills, maybe half of that. You have 1 education, RCC, and you have had 1 job. Yours may be just 1 page or a little bit onto the second page, and that's okay. It doesn't have to be long. It just has to be done correctly. All right, so let's go ahead and back out. That is the resume and cover letter assignment, and you're going to turn that in here. Then I want you to read follow-up letters. So just like in the interview from last unit, you had to send a follow-up email to the person that you interviewed for your assignment. Anytime you get interviewed for a job, it is always best practice to send a follow-up letter the next day. Now, it can be attached to an email that you send, or you can actually legitimately mail it or run it by and put it in the office. They see that shows that your continued interest in the job. So here's some notes, guidelines, and this is where the assignment goes. And you're going to click the follow-up letter student sample. And if you want to see what that looks like, I'm going to bring that up. So we have Joe student. We have the date. We have the person that he was interviewed by. Now, one thing I noticed with this one, this kid did get 100 because he only had 1 error, but he did forget the colon. Anytime you have a professional letter, you want to put a colon after the person's name. And then it's ABC. Please accept this letter of appreciation for discussion of, so you're going to make sure that in the ABC you include the position that you applied for, where it is, and the date that you had the interview. You always want to include those things because they have interviewed 75 people. They know who you are and which interview it's attached to. Then what did you take out of the interview? In the body, the B here, you're going to talk about why you would benefit them and how you would, why you're a good candidate, and then how you would benefit them if chosen. And then this one, I will continue to be available for future. Always let them know if you have other questions, give you a contact, thank them again, and you look forward to speaking with them soon, and the end note. So those are follow-up letters and things that you need to be able to get a job and keep a job after you graduate from college. In my opinion, one of the best units we have is this one. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, make sure you let me know. Our secret word for this video is bus. B-U-S. The secret word is bus. Thanks, guys. Have a good day.